Do you have any questions at all from yesterday's class? I hope you got the recording. I have shared yesterday
Yes,
on
sir.
your
Yes, sir.
email.
We got it.
Yes, sir, we got it.
Okay. Yeah, so no doubts from yesterday's class?
Sir, while I going to the googling to the SAP project types, I haven't seen that actually two more something conversion projects and development projects. Is it that related to SAP EHS? Conversion projects and development projects.
See,
Yes, I can.
actually, they very often use some fancy words, but ultimately, when it comes down to the basic thing, there are only 4 project types in SAP.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I don't know what is conversion type project. Did you read anything from that?
I have seen that they are changing the version. I think actually, like that they have
Okay.
SAP version they have been
Okay.
changing. Then
But
that's the conversion.
but it is not actually required, because if it is about upgrading the version number, you can do it in an enhancement or upgradation project. So upgradation itself means you are upgrading the software. So no need to use
Okay,
any other fancy word, and simply it will be confusing.
that's it. Not that.
Yeah, you might have also heard there are other project names like data migration project. That is
Yes,
also
sir.
one common. Data migration project means, let's say, for example, if the company was using some other software instead of SAP before, and now they want to start using SAP. So what happens? Whatever data they were storing in the earlier software, no, that they are going to migrate into the SAP software. So such kind of small
Yes.
project is called as a data migration project.
Okay.
Yeah, but it does not come under the major 4 categories of projects. Yeah, as a side note, you can also consider that as a project, but it is only about data migration. You take the data from old software and put it into the new software. That's it. Nothing else happens.
Got it.
Yeah, any other thing? Right. So now let's move on. Today I want to discuss few other basic things like SAP tables. Give me 1 second. Maybe somebody is joining. Okay, so SAP tables. So what are exactly SAP tables? Have you heard this anywhere? SAP tables. See, when you create any data in the SAP, my voice is getting echoed. I don't know why it is echoing. Is anybody joining from 2 devices, laptop and mobile phone? Okay, let me tell you. SAP tables, you know what they are. Whenever you create the data in the SAP, the data will be stored somewhere, right? Like in your computer system, if you create a MS Word, let's say you create your CV. After you create your CV, you will save that CV in your computer system. So if I ask you where is the data, where the data is getting stored, you will tell that it is getting stored in D drive in the hard disk of the computer system, right? You will tell like that. Or if you are storing a lot of videos and lot of photographs, again if I ask you where the data is getting stored, you will tell it is getting stored in D drive. Under the folder, maybe pictures or videos, you will find the related material. Similarly, in SAP, when you create a data, the data will be stored under tables. Okay, any kind of data, like you are creating MSDS data, or you are creating a incident accident log, or you are creating a risk assessment, you are creating a injury illness log, anything. when you create any data in the entire SAP software, whether it is MM module or PM module or EHS module or any other module, the data gets saved on a SAP table first. And then later on it will be moved into the server, either the physical server located somewhere or into the cloud. So as a first point, the data will be saved in a SAP table. So if I have to define a SAP table, how can I define SAP tables? A SAP table is a logical structure for storing master data and transaction data. A SAP table is a logical structure for storing master data and transaction data, or you can call it as a user data. Another line I want to add here: table is the set of rows and columns that are logically related. Tables are a set of rows and columns that are logically related. Or in short, I can say that SAP table is a memory block where the data gets stored. Any data when you create in SAP, it gets stored under a SAP table. It's like a memory block. Now again, there are actually three types of SAP tables. There are three types. What are they? First one we have transparent table. Okay, and secondly we have pooled table, and third we have cluster table. So there are different tables, basically three different types of SAP tables. Let me write them. Transparent tables, then you have cluster tables, and then you have pool tables. So what is a transparent table? A transparent table is a table where you are storing your master data and transaction data. So actual data that you are creating in SAP, that gets stored in a transparent table. Okay, so I can say that it stores the master data and user data or transaction data. And we can access this table. By using transaction code SE16N. I will tell you what is a transaction code, but you can access these tables by using a transaction code SE16N. It contains your user data and master data. Now coming to the cluster table. So what is a cluster table? Cluster table is a table that holds technical data. Okay, it does not store our data. It contains technical data. Like for example, it contains control data or configuration data. Okay, or you can say system administration related data will be stored here. Next, your pool table is also a technical table. By the way, we cannot access this. See, transparent table, I told you, by using this transaction code, we can go and check what data is available under that table. But when it comes to cluster table or pool table, functional consultants cannot access that data because it only contains technical data. Technical consultants can access the table, but we cannot do that. And moreover, it is not useful to us. We don't have any use from the cluster table and pool table. So pool table is also a table that contains technical data like programs, Okay, system admin data or system data, you can say, etc. So total, there are three types of tables in SAP: transparent table, cluster table, and pool table. The most important one that we are going to use in our course, or even when you become a functional consultant, is mainly the transparent table. So by using the transparent table, you can access the data under each table and you can find out what data it is containing. That is called as a transparent table. Now let us take this a bit further, and I told you in a transparent table we store the master data and transaction data. So can somebody tell me what is a master data and what is a transaction data? Because see, all these are very basic things, but you should know that as a consultant you should know all this. Any idea? Master data and transaction data.
Master data means something like template.
Template.
Uh,
Template means what?
it has a default structure.
And your transaction data?
Transaction data
Transaction data or user data? Any of this you can.
User data means we are uh, adding our company, I mean user data into that master template.
No, it is not like that.
No, it is not like that.
Fine, no problem. Let me tell you. No problem. Because you know, these common things you should know. Very basic things, but very much required. Master data is a foundational data. Master data is a foundational data or core business information or core business information that remains relatively stable. That remains relatively stable across multiple applications, and or you can simply stop here. That remains relatively stable. What is a master data? Master data is a foundational data or core business information that remains relatively stable. See, for example, let's say there is a company, maybe like Adani Ports, who want to use the SAP software and they will implement SAP software. So the name Adani Ports, do you think they will keep on changing that name of the company? Or
No, sir.
any company you take, XYZ, doesn't matter. Does that company keep on changing the name of that company every month or maybe every few months? No, they don't do that. The company name will remain as it is over a long period of time. Even if it changes, it's very rare. If there is any merger and acquisition happening, then the name will change. Otherwise, it will be as it is. So, any data that remains stable or that remains unchanged over a long period of time is called as a master data. Okay, for example, company name, for example, kind of business they are doing. Suppose there is a company, Siemens, for example, they are into manufacturing electrical panels and providing services related to electrical equipment. That is the job of Siemens. Now, are they going to stop doing that and start manufacturing Coca-Cola or Pepsi and start selling that beverage? Can you expect that Siemens to do?
No, sir.
From how long are they into business, Siemens?
More than 100.
Okay, more than 100 years. Let's take 100 years. Right from the beginning till now, what they are doing?
manufacturing electrical.
Yeah, manufacturing electrical devices, panels, or related services. Yeah, they do installation also, that's another thing, but it will come under the same business. Manufacturing of electrical appliances and installing it is a core job or core business of Siemens. Tomorrow they will not leave that job and start manufacturing some other thing. No, they will not do that. So Siemens, whatever business they are doing for the next 100 years, again they are going to continue to do the same business. So I can say that business is also a master data because it's not going to change. It did not change in the last 100 years, neither it is going to change tomorrow. It will be the same job, same business. So that is a master data. So master data is a data which does not change at all. It will be same. Even if it does, it's very rare phenomenon. Sometimes in a blue moon, it is going to change. Like for example, Facebook, right from 2005 or 2003 when they started their operation up to I think 2022, it was same Facebook itself. The company name itself was Facebook. But very recently, they changed the name to Meta. Now it is called as Meta. Do you think after a few years again they will change that name? It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Once in a while, the name may change. IBM, they are operating, I think, again, very close to 100 years. IBM, whatever name was there earlier, even today, it is IBM. It's not going to change. So, such kind of a data is called as a master data. Okay, the data which does not change or the data which is relatively stable is called as a master data. For example, customer data is an example, or vendors or supplier list. Vendors or supplier list. This is also a master data. This data is not going to change. It will be same, stable. So similarly, what is a transaction data? Transaction data or user data, you can call it anything.
Dynamic data,
Hmm?
which is regularly changing.
Yeah, regularly changing. It is a data that keeps on changing on a regular basis, and it's not permanent also, you can say. Okay, or if I have to write this, maybe I will write like this. Transaction data, sorry. Transaction data in SAP is a data related to day-to-day activities. Day-to-day activities which are executed within the system, which are executed within the SAP system. I will put it as SAP system. So what does it mean? Transaction data or transactional data is a data which is related to day-to-day activities. For example, what is your job at the site? Maybe you have to do the risk assessment, you have to report the incidents, you have to report the injuries. That is your job. So if every day there is some incident happening, what you should do? Every day you have to create an incident report. I am not saying every day, definitely it will happen. Let's say continuously for 3-4 days, some incident is happening. So what you have to do, your responsibility is you have to report that data. You have to report that incident. But tell me one thing, whatever incident is happening today, is it going to be the same incident tomorrow? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Let's say a scaffolder who was working at height, he fell from height today. Let's say he fell in the morning 10 o'clock. He was working at height on first floor and by mistake something happened. He fell to the ground level. Tomorrow, do you think same thing is going to repeat, including the scaffolder or the time, date? Will it be same?
No, sir.
No, absolutely not. Even if every day incident happen for 1 year, I don't think one incident will be related to another incident. Something will be different. Either the date will be different, time will be different, type of incident will be different, nature of that incident will be different. Something will be different. So what you are doing every day when you are reporting these incidents, we call it as a transaction data, because it will keep on changing. It is not the same data. In one incident, maybe there was fatality. In another incident, only a injury. So again, it is not same. One incident cannot be exactly same compared to another incident. So because there are some changes in the data you are creating, we call it as a transaction data. Okay, so let's see. I will give you another very simple example so that you can understand what is a master data and a transaction data. I hope all of you have the salary account with you. So every month the company is going to credit the salary in your salary account. So in that salary account, it's basically a savings account. What is a master data and what is a transaction data? Do you know?
Might be account number and bank. Yes.
Exactly. IFSC code and account number. Will it keep changing? Even after working in that company for 10 years or 15 years, it's not going to change. Whatever salary account they have opened, it is going to remain same. Yes, of course, there are exceptions. If your company decides to close, or end the relationship with one bank and they want to have accounts in another bank, that's another thing. But as long as you are working in that company and majority of the time, the account number is not going to change, it will be the same. And also the IFSC code is not going to change. Whatever the branch where your company has opened the accounts, it will also be same. It's not going to change. So in your salary account, account number and IFSC code and maybe few other details like customer ID and all, it will remain same. So it's a master data. What is the transaction data in that?
Salary might be very
Okay, maybe
because
sometimes
of
if
it.
you
Salary credit may be very many because of the leave and all. Also,
okay,
might be
but again, see, if you get any hike, salary hike, okay, it may change. Or if there is any loss of
yes,
pay, fine, it may change. But otherwise, if you are regular and if you are getting the same salary, I don't think it is going to change on a month on month basis.
yes, sir.
It will not change, yeah, sometimes it will, I'm not denying it, but not very frequently. See, that is why what they are saying here related to day activity, every day, or at least once in 2 days, there should be some change in that data. So what in your account will keep on changing? It's your balance. It's the amount which is available. Account balance. Just 1 second, guys. Give me a minute. किसकी? नहीं वहां लिया नहीं मैं उन्होंने मोबाइल में देख को बोले सो नहीं
अबा काय आहे डिटेल्स अबा कमी का उठाक द्यालो खाली मध्ये कुदोच उधर तो फोटो लिंक क्या को पूछ रही हूँ क्या की पूछ रहे
नहीं ना क्या भी वो फोटो ले सको नहीं था ना
लिस्ट में नाम रहा तो मैं क्या की नंबर रखी मतलब वो फोटो लिंक का पूछ रही इसमें है सबा का
कहाँ को वो
ये
देख महाराष्ट्र
इसमें नहीं
फाइल्स में क्या
इसमें
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So see here I'm saying it is a day-to-day activity. In your account, it is the account balance. Especially if you are using UPI ID, you know what happens. Every day some deduction will happen and you will use the UPI, and the effective balance at the end of the day will keep on changing. So I can say that your account balance is a transaction data or a user data because it keeps on changing at least on a day-to-day basis. So you can compare that with the user data, and your account number and IFSC code, you can compare it with the master data. Okay, got it? It is something like that. That is called as a master data and a transaction data. So your transparent tables actually hold master data which you create, and also the transaction data which you perform on a day-to-day basis. So that is why we have to be aware of the transparent tables, and I will show you when we go to the server. I'll show you how you can access those tables. I will give you some example of transparent tables, and we'll try to see how we can access that data. Okay, clear so far? SAP tables, then master data and transaction data. Next we have transaction code, or you can call it as T code. Transaction code or T code. What is a transaction code? What is a transaction code?
Data store,
Hmm.
data storing language or something.
See, a transaction code actually means it is the like a command. Okay, so what happens in a command? Like you may know, there are other programming languages and all where you can enter the command and it will give you the result. So similarly in SAP also we have a transaction code which is nothing but a command. So if you want to use any application in SAP, we have to enter the transaction code. So I can write like this: T code is a command using which we can access various applications in the SAP system. Let it be risk assessment. If you want to do risk assessment, there is a transaction code for that. You want to create an incident accident report, there is a transaction code for that. You want to, let's say, create an injury illness report, there is a transaction code for that. So whatever you want to do in SAP, for each and every activity, there is a transaction code. Right? So that transaction code is just like a command. And if you know the transaction code, you can go to that particular application and you can create the data. That is called as a transaction code. So now I will just show you the SAP system, how exactly do we access the data. I hope by now you people might have got the server access. I hope so.
No, sir. Tomorrow we will get it. Me and
Tomorrow you
Manish.
will.
I contacted Jagumar, sir. We will get it.
Sure, no problem. So say once you get the link, he will send you a link. Okay, on your Gmail ID, you will get a link, you will get an email. What you have to do is you have to download those installation files, SAP server installation files. You have to install it in your system. After you have installed it, you will get an icon like this. You see, if you can observe on my screen, there will be an icon like this: SAP logon or SAP icon. This is called as GUI. Okay, what do you call that? It is called as SAP GUI, which stands for graphical user interface. So if you want to use any SAP software, we have to log in by going through that GUI. So how to log in? Now we want to connect with the SAP software. So to do that, we will double click on that SAP logon, and you will find a small window like this, SAP logon 740. Now I have created here one shortcut. Even you can create. So what happens here is, see, I will just show you. In that email which they will send, there will be details like application server number, instance number, and system ID. So you have to enter these details. Okay, for example, let me show you. I will use some other server and I will show you what you can add here. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, okay. See, it will be something like this. Application server number is nothing but the IP address. So you have to enter like this, 183.82.120.214. This is the IP address. Next, you have to enter the instance number. It will be some number, like here I have 93. And then you have to enter the system ID. For you it may be different, but for me it is EHS7. EH7. No need to add any SAP router string, leave it blank, it is not required. And then what you have to do, click on log on. You see there are some buttons below, help, cancel, back, next, and log on. Click on log on. That will connect you remotely to the SAP demo system. See, this is called as a demo system. Do you know why we call it as a demo system? What is the reason to call this
Maybe
as
it's
a... Yeah.
maybe for learning student version, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. It is used for learning. If you want to learn any SAP module, you can use this. You can call it as a sandbox system, practice system, or demo system, whatever you want to call, because it does not contain real company data. It only contains some random sample data. And this is mainly used for learning any SAP application or learning any SAP module. So after you connect to the SAP server like this, then again you have to add the user ID and password. For example, it may be something like this. Okay, then enter the password. Enter the password, press enter. Then you will go inside the SAP server. And now you can see here they are displaying it. It is a SAP demo system. Though it is a demo system, though it is a practice system, but still it is a licensed version. It is a property of SAP. It is a licensed version. If you want to use this demo system for practicing, you have to pay some fee and you have to get the access. It's not like a lifetime free software. It is not like that, because it is a property of SAP. So after you log in using the user ID and password, this is how the system will look like. And here the transaction code which I told you, the transaction code or command is actually entered here. There is a field on the top hand side, left hand side of the screen. There is a small field where you have to enter the transaction code. Okay, so for example, I told you what is the transaction code for your tables, transparent tables. It is SC69, right? So what I can do, I can enter this transaction code here, SE16N. It can be capital or small, no matter. Or it can be a combination. It is case insensitive. It does not take into account whether it is capital or small. Only for password it will consider. For all the other things, no problem whether you enter small letters or capital letters. So now if I press enter, the system will take me, see here it has taken me to the general table display. Here I can enter the table name where I want to see the data, and then I can access the data. This is your general table display. How did I come here? I came by using the transaction code SC16N. By entering this transaction code, I came here to the table section. Okay, now if you want to go back, how you will go back? I want to go back to the main screen again. Okay, on the right hand side, yeah, tell me.
we had to learn the T code, right? So,
No.
etc.
Just to go back to the main screen, you don't have to use a T code. See, here you can see there are three options. One is back button, one is another exit button, and third is a cancel button. You can use any of this. Either use back button, exit button, or cancel button. So what will happen? That will take you to the previous screen. You will come back again to the main screen. Okay. So let me show you one more transaction code for the incident accident log. CBIH 82. This is a transaction code if you want to create an incident or accident log. Now press enter. That will again take you to another application called incident accident log, where you can create some incident related data or accident related data. We will not create, I am just showing you how you can access the SAP system. So see, now what I'll do is I will click here on hit list. Hit list means it is the search result. If I click on hit list, whatever incident accident logs are already there in the system, that will be displayed. Okay, so I have to click on yes. Whatever incident accident log are there in the system, they will be displayed in the list. You see all this? All these are different incident accident logs. Now I can open any one of them. If I double click on, for example, let's say demo 01, it will take me inside that incident accident log. See, I am inside the incident accident log demo 01 English. I can see what data they have maintained for this incident accident log, what they have created. I can see that in this particular screen. Okay, so now again I want to go back. So I can either use the back button like I told you, or I can even use exit button. So if I click on exit button, I will come directly to the main screen. Directly I will come. It will not go back to the previous screen. It will directly come to the main screen. Let me show you again. I will go back to CBIH 82. Okay, and I will go inside one of the incident accident log. Let's say here, I will go here. Now what will happen if I click on cancel button? Again it will go back one screen behind. See here, if I click on cancel, it will go one screen behind. It will not go directly to the main screen. Same way, even the back button, if I click, it will go one screen behind. Okay, like this. But what will happen if I click on exit button? It will directly exit from the application. If I click on exit, it will directly come to the main screen. Okay, so remember, there is a back button, exit button, and a cancel button. But apart from these three, there is one small transaction code also. Okay, let me show you. Again, we are inside some incident accident log, and I want to go to the main screen again. But I don't want to use these buttons. I want to use a transaction code. So how we can do? Go to the field, put /n. Okay, \n, press enter. See, again it will take you back to the main screen. Okay guys, you are getting my point? In order to go inside the application, use a transaction code, and to come back to the main screen, you can either use these three buttons given as a shortcut, or you can use /n. These four options are there. And not only that, see, in this field where you enter the transaction code, there is a small arrow button. If you click on that, whatever previously used transaction codes, no, it will show that in the list. All these transaction codes I have used before. So whenever you enter a transaction code, that will be created like a shortcut here. Okay, following me? So yeah, so these are some options we have in the SAP server. Apart from that, let's say you want to see some system related information, like which software is this, what is the version number, and what is the expiration date, what is the database where my data is getting stored, on which operating system this SAP software is working. If you want to see those technical details, you can go to the menu option here called system. Then there is an option called status. Go to system, then go to status. So here you will get information regarding the SAP server. Like for example, see, this is my user ID 93EHS9. Last time I had logged in at 154, and this is the version number of the software EHP 7 and SAP ERP 6.0. This is the version number. License expiration date, see here they have given 14/7/2026. So what happens after this date? You have to again renew it. You have to renew it. So that is the license expiration date. Apart from that, if you come down, the operating system on which it is operating is Windows NT. This is the operating system on which SAP is working currently. And then database. Database means where your data is getting stored, whether master data or transaction data, any data that you create, on which database it is getting stored. So we have again here Microsoft SQL. This is the database on which my data is getting stored. Okay, so like that I can see some important information related to the SAP system by going to the menu option system and status. Got it? Are you following me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Now see, currently I have opened just one screen. You see this? This is just a one screen. If I go down here and check, see, this is just a one screen. We call it as a session. It's not a screen actually. We call it as a session. Do you know how many sessions I can open like this, or how many screens I can open like this? And how to open a screen just like this? Okay, for example, on Google Chrome, you want to open multiple websites. You want to open your Gmail, you want to open YouTube, and you want to open LinkedIn, you want to open Facebook. We can open, right, any number of web pages we can open on Google Chrome. See, anyways, we are in Google Chrome. So suppose if I want to open another, maybe Gmail, I just have to go to another web page, and if I click on inbox, it will take me to the Gmail. Similarly, if I want to open LinkedIn, I can open one more screen, and if I enter here LinkedIn, it will take me to that particular screen where I can log in into the LinkedIn. So I can open like this. How many web pages can I open like this? Do you know on Google Chrome? What is the maximum number? Hmm? How many?
There are no numbers.
There is a number. There is a number. It's not infinite. Up to 99 web pages you can open. Up to 99. Okay, here there are 3. Like that you can open up to 19. After 99 it will overwrite. It will close one existing web page and it will open a new web page. So up to 99 you can open. So in my SAP system, what is going to happen? How many I can open like that? 99 I can open. I can open only up to 6. Maximum 6 sessions I can open. And how to do that? You see there are some buttons here. There are some options. If you come to the option on the right hand side called creates new session. Can you see that? Creates new session. If I click on that, a new screen will open. See, like this. It is called as a session. I have opened a new session. Again, if I click on that, one more new session will open. So now how many I have opened? I can go down and I can see there are 3. I have opened 3 sessions. Either you can use the shortcut or you can go to the menu option here. You see beside the menu, if you go, there is one more option called create session. If I click on that, another session will be open. This is the 4th one. Again, go to the menu option. You can select create session. One more new will open. How many are there now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 I have opened. Again, you can open one more. So total 6 sessions are open. What will happen if you try again? If you again click on create new session, see, it will show you that the maximum number of sessions is reached. More than 6 you cannot open. Okay, more than 6 is not allowed, you cannot open. So simultaneously, if you want to go to different applications in the SAP demo system, you can open multiple sessions, and under each tab you can go to one application. See, for example, I will show you CBIH12 for risk assessment. Okay, this is a risk assessment. Then I will go to one more session and I will go to injury illness log CBIH72. Injury illness log. I will go to one more session and I want to go to incident accident log CBIH82. Okay, this is CBIH82. I will go to one more session and let's say I want to go to tables SC16. I want to go to tables. So that will take me to the tables. Like that, under each table, under each session, I can access different applications. One is risk assessment, another is injury illness log, another is incident accident log, one more is tables. Like that, I can continue. So under each session, I can access a new application in SAP. And if I don't want, I can simply close it off. Then all those web pages, not web pages, the sessions will be closed. Now see, this is our last. So if I close this, then I will come out. I will log out. Okay, now we have only one session that is open. Okay, you are getting my point. So like that, you can access the different applications in SAP. Now what if you don't remember the transaction code? There are some shortcuts which are already provided in SAP. There are some shortcuts. Where you will find that? You see here in SAP Easy Access, below there is a SAP menu. Go to Logistics, expand that. Now go to EHS. You see below there is EHS, expand it again. Now whatever you want to do, let's say you want to create a incident accident log or risk assessment, again expand your industrial hygiene and safety. Okay, again inside that go to accidents, expand. Under accidents you can see CBIH82, CBIH83. It is showing you transaction codes. So if I double click on that, it will take me directly to the incident accident log. So I don't have to remember the T code. I can simply go to the favorites or easy access. From there I can create data. Right? So this is about the accidents. Similarly, if there is anything else like reporting, you want to perform risk assessment, you can go to the risk assessment from here directly. No, maybe it is not showing me the risk assessment transaction code. It is not here. Incident accident log you have. No, it's not here. See here, yeah, risk assessment. You want to create a risk assessment, then go to this CBIH12, double click on that. That will open a risk assessment. like that. If you don't remember transaction codes, it's okay. You can access them here in the easy access. So how to go there? We have to go through SAP menu, then open logistics. Under logistics, go to EHS. Under EHS, all these topics you can see. Under that, if you want to create an incident accident log, you have to go to industrial hygiene. And under that, you have the accidents. Like that, you have to access the data in your SAP demo system. Right? Clear? Any doubt in this?
So these codes are inbuilt or
They are inbuilt.
already there? Or
Most of the transaction codes are standard given by SAP. So no matter where you go, in whichever company or in whichever country, same transaction codes will work.
so we just need to select that one and we have to add.
Yeah, absolutely. But you can create also. See, the technical consultants, if the client wants a new transaction code, you can create a new transaction code. That is also possible. But the standard transaction codes are given by SAP.
So
Okay,
in one
clear?
code, there we can create a multiple, for example, or
I didn't get
for
you.
risk assessment. For risk assessment, only one code is there and it's
Yeah.
common for all.
Yeah. Wherever you go for risk assessment, that will be the standard transaction code.
So that even we have to by heart that we can by heart this one and
Yeah.
we can
It is actually good because sometimes in interview they will ask you the transaction code.
Oh.
You cannot remember all. See, there are hundreds of transaction codes, but at least which are very important, which are used on a day-to-day basis, at least those you have to remember.
That's true.
When you practice, no. A lot of times when you practice, you will remember. See, I didn't see anything. I'm directly entering the transaction code. So even you just remember the important ones. You don't have to remember all. Not required.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's how you can access your SAP demo system. Once practice is completed, you can simply close it off. You can click here. But see, remember one more thing. The data will not be saved automatically. You have to save the data. So how will you save the data? I think I did not show you that. How to save the data? Let's say I am inside some incident accident log. Okay. Let's say I created some incident accident log. So after making changes, after creating the data inside, what I should do? After creating all this data, there is a save button. So I have to click on that and that data will be saved. Right? So we have to use the save button to save the data that I create in the SAP. Once that is done, you can simply close it off, no problem. And you can click here yes, that will come out of the application. Right, you are getting me. Or you can even create a shortcut like this. So what will happen? Once you double click on that, directly it will take you to the login page. So there enter the user ID and password. Very easy. You don't have to enter a lot of data. You will get inside. In the earlier server, yeah.
How to create the shortcut?
How to create a shortcut?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll show you. See, when you download and install, I told you you will get a shortcut like this, right? Double click on that. Double click on that and see there is one option here called new. Can you see that? New. You have to go to that new option, then click on next. Okay, here you have to add those details like application server number, instance number, system ID, and some description you can give like SAP EHS. Okay, it is already used, so I can say SAP system 2, anything like that. You can give a description, enter these details, and you can click on finish. So what will happen if you click on finish after entering all those details? It will create a shortcut like this. It will create a shortcut like this. It will come below this.
Okay.
You have to click on this create button. Okay guys, clear? See, if you forget the password, don't enter incorrect password more than 3 times. Otherwise, the system will get logged. Again, you have to tell them to reset the password. It will take a lot of time. So that is why don't enter multiple times incorrect password. Okay, clear? So also please make notes whenever we are in the class. Don't forget to make notes because it will be very helpful. I will be giving you study material, but it is too much. You cannot read everything. So what I suggest is you please maintain some notes when you are in the class so that it will be helpful to you.
Okay.
And you have the syllabus, right? SAP EHS, what we are going to see, the 8 components. You have the list.
No, not yet received.
Okay, no problem. I will tell you here itself. See, in the SAP EHS contents, we are going to learn some important topics like basic data and tools. Then we have product safety, global label management or GLM, we call it as GLM. Then we have hazardous substance management. Then we have dangerous goods management, very important topic. Dangerous goods management. Then we have waste management. And then we have occupational health. And then we have industrial hygiene and safety. Industrial hygiene and safety. Okay, these are the 8 topics we are going to learn. And apart from that, some configurations also we'll see. SAP tables, I still have to cover a lot of things in SAP tables. We'll see what are the different tables we have. Okay, and wherever required, I will tell you some technical things also. But ideally, these are the SAP EHS contents. We are going to start with basic data and tools, and then it will take a lot of time. And basic data and tools is a very tough topic. So we'll go slow in the basic data and tools.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so these are the contents. By that time, I hope you will install the software